Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Jill, and I'm going to be your moderator for today. I thank you all for showing up. We're going to do this film about fear, and I'd like you to please go around and introduce yourselves and say your name and your sobriety date and your drug of choice, please. Anybody wants to start?
Yes, my name is Georgia, and I am an alcoholic. My drug of choice is alcohol. My sobriety date is August 18th, 2003.
My name is Paul. I'm an alcoholic. My sobriety date is October 15th, 2001, and my drug of choice was alcohol, pharmaceuticals, marijuana, and virtually anything else I could get my hands on.
I'm Peg. I've been around the 12-step recovery room since September of 1979. I suffer under the illusion that I can control people, places, or things.
I'm Dixie. I came into a program that supports families of alcoholics in the spring of 1976. And my drug of choice is alcoholics.
Fear. When I first came into a 12-step recovery program, my fears were if anybody's going to like me, am I going to know what to do, what to say, how to act. I didn't know the terminology.
My biggest fear was my moods and my attitude about life. It was so bad right before coming into the program. I mean, I had such a negative outlook on life. It was like, life's a bitch and then you live. You know, that was kind of...
This is my second time around. I have 15 years this time. I had 16 years prior to a relapse. And my fear, I quite frankly, didn't know who I was and was afraid I wouldn't be able to find out.
Does anybody have a fear of getting to the meetings early or staying at the meeting later, or did you at the beginning?
Yeah, at the beginning I did. At the break, I would go into the bathroom. I'd hide out in the bathroom as soon as there was a break. I'm not going to socialize. Yeah, and I was told to go 20 minutes before and stay 20 minutes after and get at least 3 hugs. I didn't really like hearing that, but I did it. Took direction.
What I learned was to show up early, stay late, work the room. You don't sit down until it's time for the meeting to start. And if you don't have anything to say, always ask someone, how are you doing, authentically, and wait for them to answer.
And listen.
And listen, right, and listen. One of my fears was the race difference. Walking into the room and not seeing too many people that look like me.
How many other people were afraid of sex at the beginning?
Oh yeah, I had to have.
Does it ever go away?
Had to have a beer.
What about, remember when you got your first commitment to bring the cake to a meeting?
I remember the first time I was asked to lead a meeting, and that was just so scary to me. And I was asked the week before, which I thought was really
great.
cool.
Think about it.
Right? So I get to think about it and
Yeah.
obsess about it for 7 days. And
Remember when you were new, anybody would struggle with the higher power? How about, what was the scariest amends you had to make? What were your fears before you made it, and what happened as a result?
I realized that most of my fears were a product of my own head and imagination. I was projecting a lot of things onto myself and onto others that simply didn't exist. And also to realize that those very few that did come true of those fears, I now have tools and resources to deal with them that I never had before, including a higher power, including a program, and including friends in that program of a quality and a caliber that I wouldn't trade for anything. And in that way, you know, yes, I still have some fears, but most that I do have are rational and reasonable, and I know what to do with them.
The fear, I'm afraid to do that. The solution, do it anyway. But do it without expectations.
Fear. F everything and run, or face everything and recover.
So the solution to fear is a spiritual solution to a seemingly non-spiritual problem. I have to ask myself, do I want to have a higher power or be a higher power today?